Welcome to this Milestone Planner screencast. I'm just going to show you a couple of things in the latest release and answer some frequently asked questions. One of the most common questions we get asked is about work streams versus projects or plans. So I'm here in the main timeline view of Milestone Planner and I'm in a specific plan. The plan title will always be displayed on the top of the page and I can click and edit it there and change it if I want to. Plans are our main grouping within Milestone Planner and each plan or project can have a team assigned to it. So right now it's just me on here. You can go ahead and add additional team members from other projects if you want to do that. Now, work streams exist within plans and they're a handy way of dividing things up or grouping things together. I've got one work stream here. That's a marketing work stream. If I want to, I can add additional work streams to divide up different areas of the project. So I might add one to represent the sales team. I might add one to represent the support function and so on. Now again, work streams are completely optional, but if you use them, it does give you the ability to devolve areas of the project. So I can assign an owner to that particular work stream and I can start to use some of the features of work streams that I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear those out because I'll focus down on just one work stream for now. So this work stream has got two milestones in it and we can see here the progress bar, and every work stream has a progress bar, and that shows me a couple of things very quickly. The first thing is that the horizontal blue line shows me the progress. So that's essentially how far through the work stream I've got. So if I go ahead and mark this particular milestone done, so blue means done in Milestone Planner, then you'll see that that progress bar disappears off the edge of the page. I've completed that work stream. It's all done. So again, it makes it visually very easy to spot whether work streams with on complete milestones in or that have fallen past today. I'm going to go back and mark that back as yellow now. The thicker marker here represents today, kind of horizontal marker, so I can see that this work stream is ahead of progress. Conversely, if that one wasn't done, I'll go ahead and mark it undone. Then the progress bar moves back and I can see this grey area here represents the work in the work stream. So today is here and we're only that far, so I'm a little bit behind. The little yellow marker here is just a convenience and that represents the next milestone. So that flies along and makes it very quickly easy to spot where the next milestone is in the work stream. You'll also see that there is the status wheel here, and as I change the status of individual milestones, you'll see that that updates here. So I can see half of this work stream is complete, half of it is in an amber or orange state. And that also reflects up in the main status wheel for the project itself. So the 2 here means that I've got 2 milestones, and again, half of the project is amber, half of it is blue for complete. As I add additional milestones into the project, then you'll see, there we go, that those will get reflected in time as the work streams update. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this one now. So a couple of other things around work streams. The status colors you can define for yourself. So there is a default legend, and so amber here is major issue, minor issue, and so on. And I can change those, so I just click and change it. So I might want that to mean urgent, for example. And that's changed just for this specific project. So each project has its own legend. If you want to use the same legend across multiple projects or plans, then simply copy an existing plan and that legend will get copied over as well. So that's specific to this plan and that will be used in the reporting and the other pages as well. So make that what you want it to be. And of course, blue though always means completed, so that's not eligible to be edited. But what you can do is you can hide completed milestones. So that's what clicking on that does. So sometimes if you've got a plan with a lot of stuff that's in there, a lot of completed milestones, you can go ahead and just click and hide those to give you a clearer, tidier timeline as well. So that's the work stream, its progress bar, its status wheel, the project with its own status wheel and the 2 there representing the number of milestones, the legend. There's little markers by the milestones here, and those let me expand the milestones in place. So those let me do things like repeating it, so I can have that milestone happen again in a week. There it is right down there. I can delete the milestone from that menu as well. Similarly, I can add a comment about the progress of the milestone and I can mark it done from there. And I can also add an action. So all milestones can have actions underneath them. If I go ahead and create an action here, now by default it's assigned to me, but I can assign that to other people. Now right now it's just me on the project, but I can add more people to the project if I want. So just click on the more button and that will give me a list of people that I can pull into the project, or I can do that up here as well by clicking on a name and choosing somebody to add into the project. So I've just added Carly there, and that now means that I can go ahead and add Carly to the project. There we go. By the way, if you want to assign things to people and you're on something like a touch device, as well as that method, you can actually just drag a milestone onto somebody. So if I wanted to assign that action back to me, if I drop it on me, you'll see there it's assigned to me. And that works the same on the other pages. So if I go to the milestones page and I'm looking at the different milestones here, if I want to take that and assign that to Carly, I just drop that on Carly and you can now see that that is assigned to her. Again, I can do it the traditional as well with the drop down, whichever works easiest for you and is going to make you most efficient. So by default, you'll see that actions underneath a milestone pick up the date of that milestone, because clearly any action that's part of a milestone needs to be finished by the date that the milestone is due. But I can go ahead and manually assign a date to that. So if I want to assign something a bit earlier, then I can click on the date there. I will now see that that is the due date for that action. Actions, milestones, work streams and projects all have one owner. And the reason we do that is for clear accountability. So it's very clear who owns that particular action or milestone is taking the lead. Obviously you can have people supporting you in doing that, but having one clear point of accountability helps to get the plan done and make it clear who's going to lead on decisions. Sometimes with actions, when people want to have multiple people behind it, actually what you probably want to do is to track separate actions, because you've got two different things going off there. So it's best to break that action down. So there, a few of the features in Milestone Planner to make it a little bit easier to use, and we'll talk about more of them in future screencasts. Thank you very much.